Dear students, today we will explore the narrative of overseas Chinese literature. 看了
Forward.
Historically, from the Ming and Qing dynasties to the Republic of China era, Lingnan experienced a large-scale migration due to its high population density and limited land, as well as the opening of the maritime ban. The migration history of going south to Nanyang and crossing the sea gave rise to overseas Chinese literature, which developed within the historical context, linked with intangible cultural heritage documents, and demonstrated a close connection to history. In terms of course continuity, overseas Chinese literature builds on the unique characteristics of Cantonese literature, focusing on how regional mobility shapes literary works. The narrative kernel. In the narrative core of the first aspect is the pain of leaving one's hometown. This pain is deeply expressed in the literature of overseas Chinese communities through tokens and scenes. The red-headed bow model and the soil from one's hometown in the overseas Chinese letters symbolize homesickness, while the farewell scene at the wharf intensifies the emotional tension. The symbols of the homeland are elevated to carriers of nostalgia, such as the Nanyang soil in Qin Mu's land, where the deep-seated sentiment of unbreakable roots is hidden beneath the emotional tension. The second aspect is the struggle of being in a foreign land. Immigrants face identity challenges in their new environments, such as the interplay of multiple languages in the Battle of Sarawak. They also confront survival challenges, like the Hakka mountain songs that resist the rubber plantation overseers' whips in the tragic Song of Nanyang. And there is cultural integration, as exemplified by the creation of satay and curry fish balls, which symbolize the fusion of different cultures. Finally, there is the perplexity of returning home. The phenomenon of strangers returning home highlights the dual estrangement between returnees and their hometowns. For instance, in the Nanyang guest in the Watchtower, the clock and phonograph cannot align with the time in their hometown. Generational conflicts are evident in the cultural choices of the children of overseas Chinese. Returnees also experience cultural disconnection, such as the stark contrast between the Western-style Watchtower and the village gossip. Classic reading. In classic reading, Qin Mu's Golden Coast uses the coastline to connect the Han River and the Chao Phraya River, breaking the linear time space and showcasing a cross-domain narrative. The language blends Cantonese colloquial and written styles. In Land, he uses the image of a handful of mud from Nanyang to elevate the overseas Chinese letters to a symbol of nostalgia. Language features. In terms of language features, the literature of overseas Chinese communities exhibits a blend of bilingual elements where Cantonese, Mandarin, and foreign languages interweave, creating a unique mix of vocabulary and sentence structure. For example, tokong, a type of fried fish, and salt-egg chicken, a traditional dish, coexist. The sentence structure is influenced by the half-literary, half-vernacular style of Chiabi, a form of letter writing, resulting in a distinctive rhythm that combines written narrative with dialect dialogue. Classroom interaction. In the classroom interactive session, students can decode overseas Chinese letters, expand literary segments using authentic materials, and incorporate Lingnan elements to appreciate the emotional expression and cultural heritage. In terms of contemporary resonance, the writing of second-generation immigrants, such as Chun Jin's Paradise After the Flowers Have Fallen, highlights cross-cultural confusion, while a musical based on overseas Chinese letters has revitalized intangible cultural heritage.
Thanks for watching.